During a camping trip, Lisa and her friend Grace share ghost stories around a fire. Lisa tells a chilling tale about an ancient cursed book. According to the legend, anyone who reads the book aloud receives a cryptic letter, and then they perish after 7 days. Lisa reveals that she read from the book the previous week. Suddenly, a rustling noise comes from the woods, frightening them, but it's only Lisa's dog. After calming the dog, Lisa retires to her tent and is found dead the next morning. Sarah is an investigative reporter living in the city. She picks up her young son, Jack, from school and discovers that he has been drawing disturbing pictures related to Lisa's mysterious death. Some of these illustrations curiously predated the event. They later attend Lisa's funeral, where Sarah learns from her sister, Lisa's mother, about the terrifying state in which she found her daughter's body. She asks Sarah to delve into the strange circumstances of Lisa's death. Sarah uncovers that all those who read from the cursed book with Lisa died at the exact same time. Grace, the only witness to Lisa's death, is now in a psychiatric hospital. Sarah visits Lisa's tent, where she finds Lisa's journal with scratched-out entries. She takes a library slip found in the journal and heads home. The following day, Sarah retrieves the cursed book from the library and finds that all recent pictures of those who died had their faces blurred. Her investigation leads her to the forest where Lisa and the others read the book. Sarah reads the book aloud and receives a letter with a child's handwriting saying 7 days. The next day, Sarah calls her ex-husband, James, shows him the book, and asks for his help. He suggests making a copy of it. After reading from the book, Sarah starts experiencing horrific dreams, migraines, and strange occurrences. She reads the book again, and a spider from the book's illustration crawls out of the page. Sarah visits Grace in the hospital, and when asked about what happened, Grace says, "She will tell you," reminding Sarah that she only has 4 days left. Sarah digs deeper and discovers a story in the book about a witch named Morgana and her husband Thomas, along with their adopted daughter Lilith. According to the story, all the animals in Morgana's care went berserk and killed themselves, causing Morgana, an animal lover, to fall into despair and commit suicide. Sarah is horrified to discover that Jack has read the book. When he finishes, a shadowy figure appears in their home. Panicked, Sarah calls James, revealing that James is Jack's father. Sarah visits the old house where Morgana lived and meets Thomas, who refuses to talk about the book or his daughter. A local historian tells Sarah that Morgana was infertile and adopted a child named Lilith. The historian recounts that Morgana started having terrifying visions that only occurred when Lilith was around, leading both to be sent to an asylum. James visits the asylum and finds Morgana's file, discovering a diary of Lilith's, but the diary is missing. Sarah sneaks back to Morgana's house where she finds a box containing the missing diary. She reads it and is confronted by Thomas, who insists that she and her son are doomed, and there's nothing they can do. He commits suicide in front of Sarah. Sarah and James visit Morgana's old hut and discover the cellar where Lilith was confined. There's an image of a forest near the camping site etched into the wall. They return to the forest and discover it was the site of an ancient well. Sarah falls in and finds Lilith's skeleton. She experiences a vision, revealing that Morgana had smothered Lilith and tossed her into the well. Lilith, however, didn't die immediately but survived in the well for 7 days. James informs Sarah that her time of supposed death has passed, leading Sarah to believe that releasing Lilith's remains from the well broke the curse. When Sarah assures Jack that they won't be haunted by Lilith anymore, he appears terrified and tells his mother that Lilith never rests, and they weren't supposed to help her, just as he starts to cough blood. Sarah realizes that James will be the next to die and rushes to his home. As she does, James's lights flicker on and a shadowy figure appears from the darkness. James dies in terror. Sarah finds his lifeless body, his face twisted in horror, akin to Lisa's. Sarah returns home and burns the original cursed book. She recalls the entries about Lilith in Morgana's diary and realizes that Lilith was genuinely evil. Sarah ponders why she didn't die like the others, and then she remembers that she made a copy of the book. She realizes the only way to escape the curse and save Jack is to have him read the copied book aloud to someone else, thereby perpetuating the cycle of death as intended by Lilith.